Welcome everybody to another fantastic episode of Tbs Inspired. Today I'm doing a very special dish. It's a very luxurious dish, and if it's in weddings and big occasions, it's always being cooked a very good quality biryani or a pilau. So this specific dish is inspired me from a Yukhni pilau. So as you're aware, the India, Bangladesh, Pakistan, Afghanistan, we all have our sort of biryanis and Yukhni pilaus and Akhni pilau in Bengali we call it, in various different spices, but all similar method, cooked with the rice. What I'm going to be doing today, I've had a very good chef that used to work for me, and he once cooked this Kabuli pilau, and I was absolutely amazed, and I was introduced to the Sela rice, and well, obviously you have Basmati rice, you have the long grain, broken rice, there's all the different types of rice, and believe it or not, each of these rice tastes very different in whatever you cook. So today I'm going to be cooking a Yukhni pilau with my special recipe, and I've simplified it for you guys to do at home. Although it's going to use quite a lot of ingredients, but the technique hopefully is going to be simple for you to follow, although there's going to be a few steps. But if you follow it to how I'm going to cook it, you're going to have something so amazing, and something for you to be proud of, hopefully. So today, Yukhni pilau, guys. So this is the special rice. It's the Sela Basmati rice, and I went all the way to Southall, London to pick this up, and it cost me about £11.50 for a 5 kg bag, and this is meant to be the best Sela Basmati rice. You can also get this in Asda. I just saw it the other day for about £9.50. So this is the rice if you want the best Yukhni pilau. Right, today I'm using the ribs of mutton. There you go. I asked a family member to get me lamb, but unfortunately wasn't available. Then I said to get sinner of beef, which is the beef ribs, which is very famous and preferred by Bangladeshi households. So instead he bought me a mutton ribs, but it's going to be nice and fatty. This is what I want for the nice flavour of the Yukhni. So we're going to enjoy this. So I've just got 1 coffee mug. You can use this as a sort of measurement. It's a generic size. One. That was 2. No, I like it. So that's about 2.5 mugs. It's plenty of rice. There you go. This should feed about 4 to 6 people. So all I'm going to do now is wash this and soak it in water for 1 hour. Right, so I'm using, this is the mutton meat. This is the ribs of the mutton. I asked a family member to get me beef ribs, which is the sina of the beef. Bengali households love that. But I'm having to use this mutton, which is equally nice. I just needed a fatty, gelatinous, sort of flavoured meat. So hopefully this is going to do the trick. Right, I'm using, this is the garlic and ginger. So 2 tablespoons of garlic and ginger goes in. Right, that's the peppercorn and the clove. So 1 teaspoon of peppercorns and about just half a teaspoon of cloves. About 8 to 10, I think, that goes in. Now, this is optional, star anise. It brings out a nice fragrance. So I'm whacking that in. About 8 to 10 cardamom pods, just smash it slightly, whack it in. And these are the cassia bark, which is the Indian cinnamon. So a handful of these. Now you've got about 6 to 8 Tez Pata, which is the bay leaf, the Bengali Asian bay leaf, that is. So that goes in. Now I'm adding some fennel seeds, about 1 tablespoon of fennel seeds. Now I'm going to add the spice, which is the coriander powder, about 1.5 tablespoon of coriander powder, and about 1 tablespoon of zira, which is the cumin, that goes in. Right, for some spice, I'm using about 8 green chilies. That goes in. In fact, I'm just going to add a little bit of chili powder as well. So that's 1 teaspoon of chili powder that's gone into here. Right, I've got some Greek yogurt. I'm using about 1 cup full of Greek yogurt. There you go. And this is my beloved tomato puree. 2 good tablespoons of tomato puree. I'm going to add some salt. 1, 2, so good 2 teaspoons, heat teaspoons of salt. That's just gone in. Now I'm going to give this a nice mix. You can use your hand and get stuck in. Right, I've mixed the meat. If you want for further flavour, leave it for about half an hour or an hour in the fridge. I'm not going to, it's perfectly fine. What I'm going to do now is start the cooking process. Bismillah. So, medium-high heat. Now, there's plenty of water. It's on max at the moment, so about 6.5 cups of water. So as you can see, plenty of water, guys. What I want is this water is going to be the stock. There you go. So boiling hot water helps the cooking process faster. I'm going to cook this for about 1 hour. So in 1 hour it should bring out all the flavors of the lamb, sorry, the mutton, the spices, everything should marry up and be absolutely beautiful. Right, to this I'm going to add just 2 medium to small sized onions. All I want is the flavor of the onions in my stock. There you go. Now put the lid on and I'm going to give it 1 hour's cooking time. Right, it's been nearly half an hour. Boiling away. Beautiful. There you go, that gelatinous, fatty lamb. Oh my dear Lord. I've put it, before it was on a high heat, I put it on a medium to simmer and for the lamb to release its flavour. Beautiful. I'm going to turn the gas off. There you go. The natural fat from the lamb has risen to the top. There you go, and the lamb has tenderized beautifully. There you go. Nice and soft. Now I'm going to ask my mum to help me, so I'm going to Bismillah. So there you go, that's the lamb stock and that's the mutton, sorry, that I've separated. There you go. Bismillah. I've got the pan on high heat and all I'm going to do now is add some pure ghee. So the pan is heated up. Now pure ghee, Khanam pure butter ghee. That's 1, 2, 3, 4. So it's good 4 tablespoons of pure ghee. Now being Bengali, we love mustard oil. This is going to bring a lovely zesty zingy flavour. So 1 good tablespoon. Beautiful. Right, so the ghee has heated up, and this is 2 medium-sized onions, not too thin, reasonably sized. I'm going to use some of it for a garnish and some of it I'm just going to cook it out. So the onions have caramelized beautifully. There you go. So half of these is going to be for garnish. Right into the hot ghee. 1 teaspoon of cumin seeds. 1 teaspoon fenugreek seeds. Sorry, this is, yep, teaspoon here. Now this is the Shahi Zira. This brings out a lovely fragrance. The cumin seeds and this cumin is 2 different. This one is more fragrant and the other one's more earthier in taste. Now I'm adding some garlic. This is fresh grated 2 tablespoons of garlic. Put the gas on low. Now this was the rice, the Sela rice, that I basically washed it and left it in the water for about a good hour. Now I sieved out all the water. Bismillah. Now what I'm doing here is there's obviously there's some ghee, so all I'm doing is flavouring and caramelizing the rice. Now I'm going to put the gas up to a medium heat and I'm going to toast the rice. Right, I've been toasting the rice away for the last few minutes. It's sort of catching to the bottom, so keep on stirring it. You need the flavours to penetrate the rice here. Right, I'm going to add salt. 1, 2. So that's 2 teaspoons of salt. If you remember, I've added 2 teaspoons of salt in the stock. So, and this is the main dish. So, salt needs to be precise. I'm going to put the gas back down to a medium heat rather than a medium high. I think that's ideal now. Just put the gas a bit down. So here's the raisins. So I'm just going to add some raisins. This is just some vegetables. It just brings out a nice colour. It's actually frozen. Now that's the mutton ribs. Give this a nice little mix. It smells divine and it looks very scrumptious. There you go. Now is the maths and the science part. This is all my lamb stock, so I've used about 5 mugfuls for the 2.5 mugfuls for the rice, so I'm going to use 5 mugfuls for the stock. So that's 1, 2, 3.
Put it on.
4. That's amazing. My calculation was perfect. That's exactly 5. MashaAllah. So I needed 5 mugfuls. Reason being, it was 2.5 of mugfuls of raw rice, not the cooked rice. So give it a nice mix. Make sure whatever's caught at the bottom is no longer anymore. So what I'm going to do now, put it on a medium-high heat. Put the lid on. Right, so the stock has heated up and it's become to a boiling point. So I'm just checking it's not sticking to the bottom. The colours look amazing. There you go. Put the lid back on and check it in about another few minutes. The Yukhni, mutton Yukhni, bubbling away. Phenomenal fragrance, amazing colours, beautiful. The water's nearly evaporating. There you go, it's looking absolutely gorgeous. Now I don't want the rice to stick at the bottom, therefore I'm giving it a little mix. The colour is looking phenomenal. So this process normally takes about 10-15 minutes for the water to evaporate. Then we put it on a very low gas. So I need a few more minutes before the last stage. So it's cooking away on a medium heat. Right, I'm going to show you a close-up. There you go. There's a bit of liquid here as you can see, here as you can see. So I'm going to give it a nice little mix and then I'm going to turn the gas right low. So this is going to be my final mix. Put the gas low. So this was my fried onions at the beginning. Fried onions go in. There you go. Put some foil paper. Put the lid on. Now find the I've just moved the pot over to the smallest gas hob, so sealed it up. Ideally you should put this in a preheated oven for about a good 20 minutes, but this should do the business. So I'm going to come and turn this off in about 15 to 20 minutes. So leave it as it is on a very low heat. Right, so the Yukhni pilau now is ready. It's been cooking on a very, very low heat on the last 15 minutes. I'm heating everything up, which I'm going to eat a bit later. So now I'm going to turn the gas off and let this rest in its own pot for another 10-15 minutes before we eat it. So I'm going to remove it and put it in a nice room temperature. Biryani is ready. It's been resting for the last 15 minutes and we're going to lift it and check it out. Bismillah. Wow, steaming away. The rice looks nice and flushy. There you go. Now we're going to tuck in and enjoy. And if you've enjoyed this, don't forget to like, share and subscribe for more fantastic videos.